Hello, welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. We're doing obviously Let's Talk LFC tonight. Preview to the Watford game away. It's going to be a difficult game as everybody knows, and I don't believe it's going to be one of those easy games. So I'm going to bring in the panel. Obviously, my partner in crime, Mr. Laser. What's going on, bro?
Different settings today, different settings. Greetings, people. I'm struggling to hear you, bro, because I've got a hybrid setup.
Yeah.
I've got this, and then I've got it coming out of the car, so that's why it's feeding back. I thought that's why it won't come out of the headset. But anyway, greetings to everybody. LFC Red Forever. How's everybody doing? Everybody in the chat. I can't see the chat tonight, but funny, good to be back. It's only been a week, but it feels like it's been two.
I know. Let me bring on the rest, man. Let's bring on Mr. Anton, one of the regulars, my mate, for years and years, man.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
How long do we go back, Anton? How long do we go back now?
I think World War II, you know. World War II, you know.
It's true.
It's
true.
Yeah, we're really old, man, you know.
I'm telling you, mate. We bring in Mr. Steven Somerville as well, one of the regulars. How you doing, brother?
Hi, good lads. It's been a while, but I'm glad to doing great, listener. Great to be back on here. It's been a while. I've been busy doing university stuff, but we're back. It's a terrible time again on Saturday. Can't wait.
Of course, man. So guys, obviously we had some international football recently and all that stuff. Let me bring in the first subject we're going to be talking about. Are these international games beneficial for our clubs? Like, I believe in a way, like players had already the Euros, so they should get a long rest, playing it again. You know what I mean? Like, obviously international football. Why are we like straight away jumping from Premier League to like Champions League to international football on a regular basis, making all those players tired? And I think Conway came out and said they're doing it for the money. It's nothing to do with the actual players. What do you think, Anton?
100% money making thing that's going on there. You know, they don't care about players are fatigued.
Someone's got an echo, guys. Someone's got like from a TV or something. I could hear twice.
I think it's me, Fuzzy.
Oh, that's alright, bro.
That better now. I got. That better.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, go on, Anton.
Yeah, it's all everything's all money making, really. You know, they don't really care about the players' fatigue, and like I said, or injuries or things like that. They just want them to play all the time. And when people moan or anything, they say, "Look how much money you get." You know what I mean? That's the thing. It shouldn't be the case. For me, I think they should play. They should play every team, especially if you've got a big league in your nation. You should be able to play a B team or something like that. You know what I mean? Not always the full flooded team all the time. I think England's got enough players to field, like, at least against Hungary. I'm not taking the piss out of them, even though it was 1-1.
Yeah,
could at least got a couple of guys that don't really play it really, and said, "Look, play this." You know what I'm saying? Because they don't really get a kick looking in their own teams, but they're in the fringes of the England team. Put them in.
I like Anton. Us two, we go way back with international football. We used to love it. That's what we used to play football for back in the day. Me and you, when we used to play. But I just think it's just too much, man. And the fatigue, like you said, for the players, like, and all that stuff. And Kodwa coming out saying they only in it for the money proves like one of the only ones that's seen this. What do you think about that, Stephen? Like currently, like each time we play Premier League, and like for 2 weeks, there's an international game right behind that. Do you think it's right?
I would have to agree on some parts, but I have to disagree on some parts because if you don't know, I'm from Northern Ireland, and if you can think about Northern Ireland as a national team, over here we think about Northern Ireland as the best thing ever, because whenever we qualify for the World Cup, if we qualify for the Euros, that's a bucket list moment for us. That's something we'll have somewhere to remember about. And yes, I get the whole thing about the whole England thing, and I get why people call it. They don't really care about international football because it could ruin the players' confidence. It could it could potentially lead to an injury at the end of the day. But I think I disagree with some of the way international football should be played during this time. I think the teams like Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Wales, and Scotland can benefit from those games because they want to get to the World Cup, they want to get to Euros. But I think if for England wise, if I see an England playing against an Andorra or San Marino, for example, then I'm not going to watch it because it's absolutely pointless. And you know, at the end of the day, who's going to win that game? It's obviously going to be England. So it's those sort of games. Like, and yes, I'll go back to Jota as well. We got a bit of a scare when Jota got injured there for Portugal, and I was fearing the worst because if you remember when Jota was playing in the meaningless game against Midtjylland in the last game in the Champions League group stage, and he ended up getting injured going off the pitch. He was out for a few months, and we missed Jota for a lot of time when we were in a very bad period. You know, probably one of the worst periods I've ever seen Liverpool play. It's just and that but at least Jota's okay, and at least a few players are okay to come back, which I'm happy about. But I think it's hard for me because international football is it's weird because I think international football needs to be played anywhere. I think international football for a lot of teams need to be played, and I get why that England don't want to play this game. So I mean, a big team like Portugal or France think these are meaningless games. But I think what needs to happen is you need to scrap the friendly games. I think friendly games are absolutely pointless at this point because they've brought in the Nations League. The Nations League, you know, I was a bit confused when they brought in the Nations League. What does that do? But then I sort of realised that it's a trophy at the end of the day. A trophy is more important than international friendly. So, would I take a Nations League over an international friendly? I think I would, because you ended up winning a bit of silverware at the end of the day. It could be based on the lines of Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. Why not? But if I was going forward with the international stuff, I'd get rid of the friendlies, because I think the friendlies at this point, in this present moment of time, especially in the 2021 time, is absolutely pointless. I mean, I don't know what you think about that.
What do you think, Laser, mate? Like, from your point of view?
Yeah, can you check 1, 2? Can you hear me? Because I'm getting a bit of feedback. Is that all right, bro?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, because what it is coming out of the earphones, it's coming out of the car. So it's a bit. I'm looking at the title down below. Are these international games beneficial for our clubs? Listening to what Stephen was saying, in a way, you know, for the smaller clubs and smaller nations, they are beneficial. You know, teams like Wales, Northern Ireland, etc., the smaller pool of nations, the minnows, you know, it helps them. You know, it helps them with more games and developing as an international nation on a bigger stage. But going for England, like playing Andorra and the likes of, let's say, Estonia, I don't think it benefits us because for two reasons. The players that go to play for England for their respective club teams, could suffer injury. And it's not challenging. For me, it's no better than England could play like a warm-up friendly between themselves, like 11 vs 11, and a training field. I don't see the purpose of England playing a team of that caliber to warm them up and get them primed for a bigger stage. There's no benefit of we've seen in the past. England stutter and suffer when they do play the bigger teams. I think if they're going to do things like the Europa Nations League or whatever it's called, they need to have bigger teams in there. I don't understand how this seeding works for me. Because what I saw in the week, I didn't watch the game. Who did England have on Saturday? Was it Andorra? I know last night was Hungary, which was a bit harder. And then what them as expected. And I don't think that's necessary. For me personally, it's not needed. And I think there's too many international breaks now.
Mate.
And I know for certain it's a money-making exercise. For me, it's about the money now. Because what was the purpose of the UEFA Nations League when you got World Cup and European tournament? You know what I mean? You want to have a next France,
100% money making.
Is it really a proper trophy? It don't make sense to me.
As you said, there was too many international breaks as it is. Don't get me wrong. When it comes summer, you love that little World Cup and the little Euros.
Of course.
People together, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's in the bars and it's fun. It's brilliant. You know what I mean? I love it. You know what I'm saying? But the Nations League, no, you don't need it.
You don't need it.
But I overheard, I just caught what you were saying. For me, because we're older guys now, the international stage has lost its appeal for me. It's not the same as 20 years ago. It's showing our age.
Me and Anton used to love it back in the day. We grew up on that.
I understand what you're saying.
Bigger than international football now.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. But in our time, international football, there was all the ballers were there. Like this, for instance, World Cup '94. Almost every team
the America one.
Bad players.
Listen, after every game, me and Anton used to go to the park. We used to play father side every single time. Every time.
Remember Bulgaria's team?
Stoichkov, let's go.
If I remember, because of the time difference, I remember games was on at 10 o'clock at night.
Yes.
I remember I had to go to my bed. I was getting caught.
No, I remember sneaking back, going in bed, right, sneaking back while my parents are asleep, and turning on the TV and putting it low and watching it.
Looking out to say, what are you on about? What World Cup are you on about? Never mind, a classic World Cup, man, before France 98. But I agree with what all you were saying to me. Too many international games, far too many games.
Too many, bro. Eagle Eye Football says comfortable 3-0 win for you guys. I'll put a poll up. Watford's gonna cause an upset, and he said nah. Liverpool's gonna win the easy, comfortable 3-0. John Conway, our regular, says good evening, guys. Maria, everybody knows she's part of the channel. Hey guys, I had to stop I had to stop by and say hi. Thank you very much, Maria. Obviously, Katie Murphy says, good evening, everyone. I have to read all this stuff before we go to the next subject. I'm glad international break is over. Sorry. Thank you, Katie, for that. Big up, guys. Maria says, me too. Kate. Hi to Maria as well. And that's it, really. Katie, hi. So, guys, we're going to move on to the next one. Because we still got to talk about these stuff, you know what I mean? We can't let it go. The Newcastle one. Newcastle have become the richest club in the world. Is this good for the Premier League? Start with Mr. Dan. What do you think of this now, mate? Newcastle becoming the richest club in the world, not in the Premier League, in the world.
Right, what I'll do is, chaps, I'll just move closer to the router, otherwise we're going to have the same problems, aren't we, as last week? And then we'll start the question again. So I'm thinking the question was, what do I make of Newcastle United's takeover?
Yeah. Is it good for the league? Is it good for the Premier League, mate? Like,
is that? Am I right? Yeah.
I'm asking. Do
you know what, guys? And there's two ways. There's two ways of looking at it, and you know, sometimes certain fans of certain teams can get a little bit, maybe I don't want to say, but bitter because it's not their team who's been taken over. I mean, it looks like it could be Man City ×2 again, but at the same time, I mean, I suppose they are a team that, in some people's estimations, is an historic big club, obviously massive fan base and a big stadium. Okay, they've not had the trophies to go with that. So in that sense, and I think if you do look at the demographics, their fans, although they've got the differences, they do remind me a little bit of our fans, that kind of northern working class kind of real base and real support. But to answer your question, Fozzie, do I feel it's good for the Premier League? I'm going to sit on the fence with that. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing for the Premier League. But again, it's always going to be the age-old thing of, you've just bought it with oil money. But I don't know what the other lads think. What do we think, guys?
What do you think about this, Laser, on it, mate? I know we spoke about it on another channel, but what do you think about it?
We've had loads of talks and we covered it last week on UFC. Loads of things. For one, I'm happy for Newcastle. They've been through so much turmoil over the years. But for me, it will change the Premier League. It will. What we're going to see now, if things are not done the proper way, as to say, be for fair play or whatever, this financial fair play, we're going to see a domino effect. And what I'm worried is, lots of other owners will come in and try and sweep up and buy the other clubs like Leeds United. Let's just mention like Wolverhampton. I'm talking about massive owners, like bigger than the owners we've got already. Because there's other richer clubs. A lot of people think it's just Newcastle. We've got Everton, Leicester. They've all got money. Even Crystal Palace have got money as well. But with Newcastle, it's the masses of money they've got. And if they, let's say they go out and splat, just like a kid in a candy shop, it's going to have consequences on the Premier League. What we will see happen, as Dan alluded to, a Man City ×2, but a Man City ×2 on steroids, it's going to be mad. And I know we will have more competition for the Premier League. Part of me embraces it because, let's be honest, Manchester City has been dominating. And if it weren't for Liverpool, Man City would be doing a nice thing. They would be doing a Celtic, Glasgow Rangers and sweeping up. Because Liverpool's been the only one that's really challenged Man City in the last 5 years. So it's nice to see competition because we don't want the Premier League turning into a La Liga. But at the same time, if Newcastle starts spending the cash and there's no right measures in place, to sort of stem it, it will turn into that. It will be very scary. And the likes of Liverpool FC, I recall back to 2008 when Man City had their takeover. I remember a lot of people saying, don't worry, we'll be fine. And I was like, you know what? Man City will win the league in the next 5 years. And who fell out of the place? It was us. It's only because we've got Klopp and we've got FSG and we sort of stemmed the tide. We came back into the picture because we've got a great manager of Klopp. But if you remember, he fell out of the original top four. It was Man City that replaced him. So whether we like it or not, Newcastle will challenge. They will do that.
There's no doubt. Yeah.
And in a way, I don't think it'll be good for the Premier League. I don't think it will. It'll be good for Newcastle. Their fans are lapping it up, loving it. You know what they've been through. But overall, if there ain't no measures in place, you know, to make it very clear to say, it will be damaging for the Premier League. It will.
Anton, the same goes for you, bro. What do you think?
Do you know what I think? Good on Newcastle. You know what I mean? It's a different team. It's going to have some power. You know what I'm saying? All the standard guys all going to have the power. Man City, Manchester United, Liverpool. Give someone else some power now. You know?
Guys, there's a sound coming from somewhere. Hang on. Yeah, I could hear some other stuff. Go on, Anton.
Give some other teams some power now. For me, it's going to be more competition in the league. But the thing is, they're going to have the money, but who are they going to have in place? Are they going to change their manager? Mm-hmm. Are they going to change the ethos? Are they going to? What, like you said about the fair play and business like that. These things are going to come in place as well. So I think with the people managing the Premier League, I think they'll see. You know, if they feel that it's going to hurt the Premier League, I think they'll put certain things in place. Say, guys, you're going overstepping the mark. Remember what happened to Man City? They can do this. Do you really want that? As you're just starting off your little campaign, you understand? So I'm sure they have something in place. I think it'd be good for the Premier League. You know, a similar thing happened to, remember that team Malaga in La Liga when they had them billionaires come in and they went off the table. They had all the players, Isco and a few other players, and then just went off for a while. And when it wasn't doing too well, they had a lot of money. Everyone's getting paid and everything. You know what I mean? But they got the people coming in. Remember Van Nistelrooy went for them and everything as well. Remember? I think you'll do the Premier League well, and I'm happy for Newcastle because Newcastle got to respect a team like that and a fan base like that because it's big, man. It's big.
It's what happened, isn't it?
And they're passionate about the game that I love, so I got to give it to them and let them have it.
Yeah. Stephen, the same goes for you, bro. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a surprise when I first heard about it. I think it was last week when I was taking over, and fair play to Newcastle, fair play for them to get it done. You know, to be honest, lads, I've never seen Newcastle compete ever in my lifetime. They've always been under Mike Ashley and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Going for the. You know, I think Newcastle's not about that. Like if you look at their stadium, if you look at the fans, if you look, they expect more than just find relegation every time of every single year under Mike Ashley. But yes, does this move make it negative or positive? I think for me it's a wee bit of a positive because it helps Newcastle definitely helping them back in there and compete. And I can guarantee you that I can definitely see Newcastle competing for the top 4 next season or again close to thereabouts next season. Because if you look at Man City's owners, what they did when they took over, it didn't take them long to win a league under them. And I think I can definitely see that with Newcastle. But what I don't want to see is making this all about money at the end of the day. These billionaires think that they can come over and make it all about the money, whether they would have thought that the grassroots level and all that kind of stuff's all about the fans at the end of the day. And yes, it's been brushed under the carpet. I think it has, but I think for me it's a positive, and I can definitely see Newcastle getting better. But I just hope it doesn't in terms of a football standard, doesn't get too out of hand because I don't really want to see any more changes in terms of the league because I think the league's perfect as it is. I don't want to see any more so-called billionaire owners coming over and taking over in terms of and then ended up by the wayside. But I think this move for Newcastle is good, but I do see Newcastle competing in the next few years. Whether they get a Kylian Mbappe, if they manage to get a Kylian Mbappe, oh my goodness, it's gonna be madness because they went from a relegation to get a Kylian Mbappe.
Wouldn't it be sick if they got Kylian Mbappe and Haaland and then they just started getting anyone?
They won't get those players. They won't get those players. No, they won't get those players.
Because of financial fair play in it also, and all that.
They won't want to go. Honestly, I know you say, they'll come for the money. Those particular 2 players won't go there.
Yeah, go on, Laser.
Imagine though.
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better than before, bro. Much better.
Yeah. I've had to mess about. That's why I disappeared.
No
you know what you were saying, Anton. Big up to Talk TV as well. Big up to Alid.
Yes,
Excellent
sir.
content creator. Big up to yourself, Alid. As you were saying, Anta, why would it be good for the Premier League? What's your reasons? Why is it good for the Premier League? Newcastle coming in with all this financial power.
Why is it good?
Well,
Yeah.
the reason why I say it was positive because I think if you now I'm going on this space. I'm not going to mention Liverpool here. I'm going to go with it as unusual here on the standard. If you look at Man United, if you look at Man City, if you look at Arsenal, if you look at Tottenham, if you look at Chelsea, look at us, look at Man United. Yeah. We've been called this top six, right? And I think some of these owners have. If you did see with the Super League, they brought in the top six for a reason in that Super League, and they left everyone for dead. Really, they left West Ham out, left Leicester City out, who won a Premier League before Arsenal. In fact, Leicester could do better in the Champions League than Arsenal. By the way, I don't see how Arsenal and Tottenham got in.
And Tottenham,
but so Arsenal and Tottenham top six. Are you having a laugh at the moment? Because like. Think of Leicester, think of West Ham, what they did. But instead, this whole problem I see is this top six thing. Why does it have to be those clubs still the top six, whether Arsenal and Tottenham can't even barely get into the Champions League? So I think the reason they're bringing in these owners, Newcastle, is to make the league better, to make it more competitive, and to make sure that it's not every single top six club every single year into that top six. I think that is possible. It's definitely going to give Arsenal and Tottenham the kick up the backside because.
Oh yeah, the worries, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because and you know what? I hope Arsenal and Tottenham get what they deserve in terms of not making the Champions League because of these owners. Think of the Tron cases, think of Dan Levy. Because I'm telling you what. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Leave out Newcastle, leave out Leicester. Come on, bro. The Premier League at the end of the day is. At the end of the day, Premier League is all about competing. It's all about coming from the Championship right up to the Premier League. You always remember those moments, those wet days.
Now, if our team's going to suffer over it, though, but I tell you what's going to be good, though. I think it'll be good for the city of Newcastle. I really think it will because the money they have, the infrastructure that's going to be in place, training, employment, building houses, complexes, everything. It will go into there, and I think that would be very excellent for their city. So I'm happy for Newcastle.
But guys, is this true about the 19 teams having a meeting? I'm thinking to myself, if it's 19 teams, what's Chelsea and Man City doing in there? You know what I mean? It doesn't even make sense.
Because it's always a bigger fish. Always a bigger fish. And when it happens, someone's going to complain because they don't.
Exactly.
You know what? People like that love power. So what happens with people who lose power or there's someone bigger than them? Yeah. It's a threat. You understand?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my
big massive threat, man.
Let me read Lemmy from Hamburg. He used to come on before, but he looks like he's back now. Thanks for coming on, brother. He said he meant to say if FSG are in charge when Jurgen leaves, we will fall off a cliff. We are at the level right now only because of Jurgen Klopp just saying. Do you guys think that?
Some of that's true. It is.
What do you think of that, Dan? Do you think that's true?
Yeah, I mean, like Laser was just alluding to then, I think some of it's true. I mean, when Klopp does leave, there's obviously going to be big shoes. There's going to be a void to fill. And I think we all speculate with our crystal ball because we can never know for sure, but we speculate with our crystal ball that it's going to be the legends that is Stevie G. Yeah. Eventually, when he's had more time to even improve what he's doing now with Rangers and possibly even in Newcastle, I'm saying it. You never know. I'm saying it.
They're talking about him. They're talking about him.
So don't rule out anything there. But no, I think it will leave a void. But I mean, is it 2023? 2020? Is he meant to be going to 24? Yeah, so 24, we've got 24. It's not next year, is it? Yeah. Or the year after. So we've got a couple more years to enjoy. But guys, the way football is today, honestly, will FSG be there in 3 years? Because for a long time, there were rumours that they were looking to sell the club. I'm not saying they are. I think they've gradually improved things. Yeah. If you look at the value of the club when they came in to how much it's worth now, are they going to sell it at a massive profit? So it'll definitely have a knock-on effect. But again, I think as a football club, we've always been a massive football club and we've seen big names, big legends come and go. And I think we've just got to do the same with Jurgen to move on.
Yeah. Normal
Don't say that, guys, man.
I know. I'm dreading that day, I don't
want to see that day.
So we move on, obviously. Go on, Stephen.
No, that's okay. I'm not you can continue on.
Listen, after the Man City game, Are we still hopeful of Liverpool being a title contender? So I'll start with you, Stephen. Go for it, bro.
Well, I'm not gonna discuss it now because it's October time, and I only judge things when we get to about February and March. That's when I judge things in terms of title races. But who knows if we will have another drop off? I don't think we will. Imagine we have another drop off. I don't see that happening. I've been honest with you. If I see that Virgil van Dijk and Gomez and Matip and Kanate's come in and all this stuff, Fabinho's back in the field, I do see us getting better. The reason why I think we've been winning games, but we've been very sort of mixed performances out of those games, and I think they will go back. I think at the end of the day, it's all about getting back up to speed, and I think it'll take these players time to get back up to speed. I have full belief in them. Like I was just about to say, Jurgen Klopp's in charge of Liverpool side for a reason. He's brought us to the Champions League, brought us to the Premier League for the first time in 30 years. I mean, Jurgen Klopp is my manager. I've never seen it like. In my lifetime, born 1999, I have never seen the likes of Kenny Dalglish before in my lifetime. I've never seen Bob Paisley or Bill Shankly. So getting to see Jurgen Klopp with this team, it's a joy to watch, and he's my manager. And you know what? I am dreading the day that Jurgen Klopp leaves. I'll be in tears definitely when he goes.
He's not leaving, man. Not leaving.
Don't say that, please.
Don't say them blasphemous words.
The city's going to be mourning.
But guys, you know what it'd be like? It'd be like getting rid of your best guitars and you're replacing them with a mid-average guitarist. Do you know what I mean? And it's just a case of Jurgen Klopp for us. He's doing something with his team that's I've never seen in my lifetime.
But can I ask you a question, guys, as well, Stephen? Let me add on to that. Do you guys actually think if we get taken over by the richest people in the world, whatever it is, just like Newcastle, Man City, is our club gonna be the same? Laser. Laser, are we gonna have the same mentality as we do now?
I don't think we will, because you know what Jurgen Klopp's done? He's like a modern day Shankly. It's as simple as that. And we don't need all the oil and all the petrol and all the and I'm just being real, and that's no hate to Chelsea, Man City, and now Newcastle. My friend Ada, and you've seen him on this show before. Yeah. When we got Klopp, he said to me, it's the equivalent of Liverpool having a Saudi owner. That is how good Klopp is. And I remember one of my Manchester United supporting mates said it. You know what, Laser? I'm scared. We should have got him. We should have got Klopp, after Ferguson, because everybody and his dog knew it was a matter of time between Liverpool getting back on their perch. And he did it. His first interview, what did he say? Within 4 years, I will win a title.
Within 4 years.
Yep.
And he did it.
All our coaches Switzerland, isn't it?
He actually did it in 5.
Exactly.
He won the Champions League. Champions League in 4, 5.
Title, meaning the Champions League.
Yeah,
but as you were saying, Man City game, I'm going to chime in on this one while I'm talking. I'm still hopeful, 100%. But for me, lads, and I don't want to sound like a pessimist, it would change at 3 o'clock tomorrow. If we don't get those damn 3 points on the board after beating the Hornets, for me, then I'm going to have doubts. Because what I worry about, and I said, the reason why I say this, guys, look, listen, if we draw to Watford tomorrow, how many points is that drop? Come on, lads. Let's be real, that's 3 draws in a row. Come on, man.
Joel, you've been like a great point with the draws, and I've been saying it for a bit now.
Exactly.
We've actually drawn a few games here. Now, if you remember in the 18-19 season, that was a brilliant season to watch for Liverpool, but we ended up drawing a lot of games and ended up costing us the title. That also happened in 2009, I remember. We just drew too many games.
That's what I was going to say. 12 draws, 2 defeats.
12 draws, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, if they come back, if it hopes to go back that, I don't want to see that again because they're just heartbreaking draws. But at the end of the day, we still had a good season. That's the thing that we ended up having a great season. I just don't want to see that happen again. And I think I definitely agree with you, Laser. I do believe that if we get if we do draw against Watford, there is sort of doubts about the title. I think, but I think it's what we do on Saturday that depends on all what happens.
We won't be out of it. We won't be out, but it's going to be difficult. The reason why I say this, I think I'm getting feedback.
It's Dan, I think it's you, mate. When I pause, it's you. Dan, there's a background noise of TV or something.
Feedback, yeah. So as I was saying, right, we're not dealing with one competitor. In my opinion, we're dealing with another competitor, which is Chelsea. Despite their loss to Manchester City, they're still a threat. They're still out there. And I can't help feeling everyone saying, well, at least we didn't lose and we're undefeated, but why aren't we top of the table? If that's the case. Exactly. Top of the table.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
It counts for nothing. And for me, I don't want to hear nobody say tomorrow, if we draw tomorrow, if we're serious about reclaiming that Premier League title, we have to win tomorrow. And I was saying this to Fuzzy on the phone earlier. It don't matter if it's a scrappy 1-0. We don't need to score all these goals and salary and this, that. Just get the job done. Workman-like. Be ugly. Be disciplined, doggy.
Listen, with me, like we discussed it earlier, Laser, I said with us at the moment, the team is not fully fit. You know what I mean? The team is. It's taking them time to get to the level that they were before because majority of them came back from major injuries, and it's going to take them a while to get to the even closer to the level they were before. Don't forget, majority of the players we got.
Been poor.
Yeah, the majority of the players
has been poor, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah. So the majority of the players that we got, I think they will get to a certain level to closer to what they were before, but it's just going to take a few more months in order for them to get there. So Anton, what do you think about after the Man City game? Did it convince you we're still title contenders? We're still undefeated, as they say.
Who else can do that to Man City?
Yeah,
100%. That question there. That's the question there. Who else can do it to Man City? I know you said about Chelsea. They are a threat. Don't get me wrong, but they play boring football, man.
I know. But sometimes it can shit. Yes, it can win your titles. Unfortunately,
I know. But you know what? You love the game. We all love the game because of the excitement, the goals, the thrills. You know what I'm saying? With Chelsea, there's no thrills. It's like it's especially when they're playing against the big teams. They play exactly like Lennox Lewis when he used to box. Like that. Give it 8 rounds.
Boring.
You know what I mean? Boring, dry.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. Chelsea's football's out there. I'm so sorry. I got respect for you. I like Tuchel. I like it. Don't get me wrong, but boring.
Dan, the same goes for you, mate. Like after the Man City game, did it still convince you we could do it?
Yeah, no, absolutely, still confident. I mean, obviously, we talk about not being top, and ultimately, as Laser alluded to, we do want to be top. I understand that. I think psychologically, though, the fact we haven't actually got beat yet, I do think psychologically that is still worth something because we haven't actually been beat. I understand, obviously, if we draw too many games like we did in 18-19, well, we only drew 7, but in relation to this points tally City had, and obviously 08-09. So I think drawing too many games obviously can be a real hindrance that you'll see at the end of the season. But what I will say is, we've won both our Champions League group games. We obviously won our Carabao Cup game against Norwich. We're yet to lose a game, guys, in any competition. That alone to me says we're doing something right. And you can say, we've not always played well. We've drawn 3 games. 2 of them have been against Chelsea and City. Okay, albeit we were 10 men against Chelsea for most of the game. But no, guys, still confident. Although, as Lee said, we do need to get the win. We do need to get the win against Watford. But let's see how we do. And I'm still very confident.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well said, Dan. Well said. Well said.
I like that. The next one we're going to get on, obviously, is this one. Are there any concerns of Liverpool FC of conceding goals game in and game out? Because the clean sheets have disappeared. People it's just doesn't exist anymore. I'll start with Dan because he was the last one. Dan, what do you think of that, mate?
Okay. Are there any concerns of Liverpool FC conceding goals game in game out? Yeah, it's a funny one. I'd say yes and no. Because obviously, when we think of defensive frailties, the Brentford game sticks in our mind first. I think with the 3-3. Also, the Milan game, obviously in the Champions League group game, where we were absolutely cruising and somehow went into half time 2-1 down. So there's definitely been a couple of games that have concerned me, and I think we will improve defensively again because I think we've got the capability to do better, and I think we will do better. I think there has also been games when we've looked a bit more solid. So, again, it's a difficult one, Fozzie, because I'm mixed on that one. I'm mixed again. I'm again sitting on the fence. I think we do need to improve and, get a couple of clean sheets will help that. I think we had clean sheets against Norwich, Burnley and Palace. So we have had clean sheets. It's not like it's something we've not had. We had one in the Carabao Cup. Okay, I know it's only the Cup. Yeah. And we conceded one, didn't we, to Porto away in the Champions League. So, guys, it's you guys will probably, having watched a few more games, I was a bit late this season, but we'll see. What do you guys think of that one?
Me?
Yeah. Go on, Laser.
It's a little bit of concern. 1 second. Someone's calling me after the club. For me, it is a bit of a concern because when I look at the team, we're not defending like we used to on a whole as a team unit, rather than just relying on Van Dijk and Matip. And I think Salah has produced the goods this season immensely. He's looking like a warrior, so hungry to me. And if there's a game where we come unstuck, because what it looks like is happening is we're adapting back to that method of you score, we will score. If you want to score, we will score. We're trying to score more than the opposition. And I don't think that's healthy. In the long run, it ain't going to work. For me, when you look at winning the title, it's defence. It's about defending and being able to defend as a unit. If you want to have the flair and a nice fancy football, maybe win the odd trophy in Champions League, then it's good on the eye. But if we want to win the big, the holy grail, we're going to have to defend better. It's a slight concern. I know Klopp will fix it because I look back to, there was a season we did that. It might be in the 18-19 season. When we conceded quite a lot of goals and then he tightened it up. If you remember,
are you talking about the season we bought Van Dijk? I think that's the season you're talking about when we bought Van Dijk.
Bro, the title when we won the title, and we had the 8 consecutive clean sheets in a row, or whatever it was. I can't remember the stat. So eventually we will get better, as you alluded to before. You can see the team's not fully fit on the whole. You look at Fabinho, you look at Henderson. They look tired by the 17th minute. Yeah. Very, very sluggish. And I'm worried for Fabinho a little bit as well. He struggled in parts of that Man City game. Yeah. He done his best, but he was lagging. You could see. So for me, we will get out of it. It's not a major worry, but it's a slight worry. Yeah. As long as we don't do it tomorrow. If we can see tomorrow, then the alarm bells. If we do a Brentford again, I'll be like, oh my days, then something's not right.
Let me say, Klopp is the reason why we are great. Like, there's no doubt about that. 100%, brother. You know what I mean? And
big up to Lemmy, man.
There are rumours Newcastle getting is that how you say this? Lucien Favre. Who's he? I don't know who he is, guys. I have no. Is he?
He's from Dortmund. He was the manager of Dortmund.
Oh, okay. And Ralph Rangnick of Sporting. I don't know that last bit.
Ralph Rangnick.
Where's he from?
Director. Yeah, at Leipzig. He's the director.
Oh, okay, I can see this will work. Okay,
but
let's hope so. Okay, there's Daz. He's saying good evening, panel. Our next 4 games all away from home. Is it? Oh, damn! I have to look into that. Test of character, and most definitely there will be a rotation. Watford and United are the bigger games. Yes, I agree. I think if we beat these 2 teams, I think we're gonna set the marker, telling everyone like we're here to stay, and everybody's gonna be like, noticing Liverpool, probably. I honestly think probably the favourites. If we win these 2 difficult games, I think we'll be favourites in my opinion. I've always said we're gonna win the league.
Madrid, though.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid, though. The guy forgot Atletico Madrid.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I thought Atletico boss. Yeah.
That's gonna be a problem. That ain't gonna be an easy game.
It's how Klopp manages these games. He gets a lot of changes tomorrow.
Can I ask you guys a question about this? Yeah, this is what I get pissed off about the most. Here, it's for everyone here. The season we won the league, why did we win the league? Because we was consistent with our team, right? We won. He never changed the team.
We had no injuries. We was quite lucky.
Yeah. And do you think that's the route he has to go this season in order for us to challenge for the title? I'll start off with Stephen. Because we didn't change anything that season at all, as I remember. As Anton says, we kept everyone fit and we kept them playing game after game after game and getting all the points, and to the point that nobody can reach us. And the Man City just gave up and said, you know what, let's concentrate on the Champions League or something else.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So Steve,
to push them, yes. To push them, I think this season is a definite must, in my opinion. I think because yes, we've got some Newcastle and Robertson. I know some Newcastle coming for to do a job. I know certain players can come in and do a job as well. But I think I've seen this. This is the strongest third second team I've seen in Liverpool. If you remember that Carabao Cup game, we cruised, to victory against Norwich with that other team. And we've got Preston. And Atletico Madrid in the cups now.
Yeah.
I think Preston's gonna give us a way to the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. I want to see us win the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup for a reason, and that's because for Klopp's sake to win another trophy, not just the Champions League but the Premier League. I want Klopp to actually go out and win a new trophy like an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, because I feel like we've got unfinished business in those tournaments. If you remember when we played Aston Villa, when our kids played Aston Villa in the finals, we got slapped and we got put out of that cup. And if you remember, I don't know if the FA Cup games come to mind. I mean, Wolves and Chelsea come to mind early on in the rounds.
Yeah.
I feel like we could have done better there. Do you know what I mean? I think if Klopp for some reason boycotts the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup again, then it's clear to me that he does not care about those cups, because he'd rather go for the big cups like the European Cup and the Premier League. And I think he's going to play a strong team against Atletico Madrid for a reason, because he considers them as the big games. But what I want to see going forward in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup games is actually go for it. Actually go on and win those trophies, because we haven't seen them trophies for years and years and years.
Yeah,
and Liverpool's all about winning. Multiple on good days.
That's all bread and butter.
What would you prefer? What would you prefer though? If you was given the choice, what would you prefer out of Champions League or FA Cup?
You put me on the spot there.
But he's right. Stephen,
I'm sticking with Champions League.
Of course, Stephen is right to a certain extent, guys. You got to understand here. Like, if you win the Carabao Cup or whatever it's called, I don't know. They keep renaming this trophy. If you win that, it gives the team confidence to win other trophies, right? That's how we used to do it in the 80s, 70s, and we always used to win that cup. Of course, that was the early cup, because it was the earliest one you can win. So it gives the team confidence to go into other competitions and start winning. So that's what he's probably talking about.
Remember, Fuzzy, we're the record holders of that competition.
Yeah, they're catching us, man. They're catching us.
Man, I know. Yeah, as Stephen said, winning breeds confidence, and I do think we need to go for it more. I think it would be nice on Klopp's CV to have an FA Cup. I think that would be nice. It's not the be or end all. It's not the biggest trophy, but I think it will be good for him when he eventually leaves.
Oldest cup in the world as well.
He's won that. Exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it is, but not as it was before when we were there. Anyway.
Not as it was before. I am the old enough to remember
that. Let me say. I like to play forward, but not in defense. We need to do better. We can not not outscore a team every time. He's right. If you think about it, no, he's right. We score a lot of goals, but we don't defend well. That's the thing. I mean, so we know, like what they say, it's better knowing what you could improve on than not. You know what I mean? Because when like in the 90s, Anton, when we used to watch Liverpool, we used to like score there, Robbie Fowler, and all that stuff.
Brendan Rodgers did that as well. It was like we outscored them. If they score about the defense, we outscored them.
That's too much attacking.
Reasons why we lost that time, that little league when Suarez was killing it. You know what I mean? When they had a little attack up front.
13, 14.
We lost it.
We had a shit defense, guys.
Phil Babb, Neil Ruddock, and bloody John Scales on Mark Wright. Come on, man.
Stop it, man.
Scales.
Again, man. Oh, my God, man.
Let me say, are Fabinho Alisson out of the Watford game? Are they? I don't know. Are they? How?
Razor Ruddock.
What's happened?
Don't say that.
To them two. What's happened to them two? What?
Brazil. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no,
they are.
They're out.
Brazil. They could be out for 2 games.
Yeah.
And Bobby. What about Bobby? Isn't Bobby out for
He didn't get in trouble, did he?
I think
he was injured.
Did he not get picked?
I don't think it'll pick.
So it'd be Kelleher, isn't it? Kelleher.
Yeah.
Kelleher, yeah.
Yeah.
Kelleher's alright. It's alright, man.
Anyone.
Brendan Rodgers supposedly not interested in the Newcastle job, so who knows? I don't know about that, man. If you show them the money, a different thing comes out of it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the money. So Anton, Watford versus Liverpool. Let's preview the game now, guys. What's Watford's strongest point? I know they got Zaha that gave us trouble a couple of seasons ago. What did they like? I think they're about 14th in the league or something like that. Something along those lines. Let me check.
Yeah, I mean, I've not watched many of their games, but I assumed that there was still the kind of team that relied on a lot of pacey wingers, and they've obviously, as you've mentioned, Ismail Sarr being the standout one. They've got that Emmanuel Dennis up front. The
Joshua King. They've got Musa
Sissoko, and they've got Nkulu. Is it the defender they signed from Torino? The Cameroonian defender. He's a bit old now, but he's a good defender.
Danny Rose.
Danny Rose,
Yeah, they got a few, man.
I don't know how they got him from North because the guy said he prefers his chips up north. You know what I mean? I don't know how. I don't know how they must have moved the chip shop down there.
Go on, Laser.
I've got to go. It's been great. I've got to go.
Thank you,
all right, I will catch up with you tomorrow.
Ring me tomorrow. I'll ring you at the weekend, Laser.
Peace.
Take care, bro.
See you later, guys. See you later.
Take care, bro. Yeah, so guys, about this Watford game, I'm a bit like, afraid because, they got a new manager called Claudio Ranieri, and he's one of those managers that's, if he could get like that extra percentage of this team as well. So, Stephen, what do you think about this game? Because, I was confident before Ranieri came through. Now I'm a bit, hesitant.
Yeah, I mean, Watford. The word Watford at the moment gives me memories of when we lost 3-0 at this road. Remember? And we did not win the invincible penalty. You know what I mean? I was in a bar in Dublin. I was so upset after that, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, but but seriously, but it's going to be a very, very hard game. I think Watford are going to bring their A game definitely. This has got Brentford running all over it, in my opinion. I think if we don't show up well, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because Watford and if Nari's coming in, I've seen this before. If a new manager comes into a Watford or say West Ham or something, they show up against us all the time. And I mean, I don't want to see that. I want Liverpool to actually go out there and get a performance done and actually continue this form, because I don't want to see a draw. I don't want to see a loss. I want to see a win for Liverpool at the end of the day. And if we were to lose against Watford, then especially to again Watford, then you have to question what's going on in terms of the mindset of these players, in terms of what's going on in the defence and what's going on with Fabinho, what's going on with all this stuff. Because remember, Salah is no offence at the moment. I will think this team will improve. But Salah at the moment, he's carrying the team in terms of goals wise. I think Salah's scoring every single game. Do you know what I mean? So you have to take that into mind, and you just gotta hope that a lot of these players will get back into gear and show us why they won the Premier League and Champions League for a reason on that team. So I hope. It wouldn't surprise me if we lost on Saturday in terms of how we've done in the past, when new managers come in, especially to Watford, do you know what I mean? I'm just hoping it doesn't go our way, and I'll go with 2-1 Liverpool.
What about you, Anton, mate?
I'm with this guy. I'm saying the Brentford vibes. When he said about Watford, I swear, oh my word! When you find similar things when someone says something, oh my days, I think that,
Premonition.
Honestly, someone mentioned about Watford the other day, and it wasn't even about the team; it was about the town. Yeah. And straight away, I had a flashback. I was like, and you're right. I'm like, you know what? I thought about 3-0. We lost 3-0 to them, and it came back to me. I think they'll be a threat because Ranieri is a tactician. He's German. He's a motivator. He's Italian. He's Italian. I've met him twice. He's a proper gentleman. Yeah, and he knows his game. He knows his game well. I think there'll be a threat, but I'm hoping that we'll show our true colours and smack them 4-0. I'm sorry, that's not
4-0. Yeah,
it's not a bad score, is it? You know what I mean?
What about you, Dan, mate?
Yeah, I mean, again, we have those premonitions of the other year, 18-19, when he famously beat 20 or whenever it was, when he famously beat our unbeaten record. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go with you guys. I think. Yes, there's that fear going into it, but I think in the end we'll actually surprise ourselves and win like 3-0. I'm going to be confident. I'm with you on that, man. Mm-hmm. I think we'll get the. I mean, and again, I think we have relied on Salah a lot goals wise, but I think again, I think Josh has still played quite well in a lot of games. I know he's missed a couple of chances, but he's still got a couple of goals on the board.
We've got a sleeping giant in Mane. Mane still is not woken up yet.
Exactly, man.
He's another threat. Like he's a nut because he doesn't know what he's going to do.
That goal against Man City, guys. That goal against Man City.
What the hell is this guy?
African Cup of Nations. Hopefully, we forget to talk about that. Yeah. I hate to say it. That could be.
As he says, Watford players will be motivated by dinner from Ranieri's pocket. We've got to be careful. I remember, I think he gave. I think he took them for a pizza, didn't he? The Leicester team that won the Premier League.
Yeah.
Every time they kept a clean sheet.
Yeah,
Every time they kept a clean
took
sheet.
them for a pizza. Yeah, big up panel. Guys, before we go, I got one thing. I'll come back to these comments before we go. I got one thing. This happened. Yeah? Give us your favorite moment of like 6 years under Jurgen Klopp, because he's been here for 6 years. So I'll start with you, Dan. Give us your favorite moments, mate.
My favourite moment under Jurgen Klopp. I mean, there's obviously there's a few for the glamour. Obviously, there was the Divock Origi goal against Everton when he ran on. That's a good one. But yeah, I mean, if you're talking about him personally, that would be one. But in terms of actual achievement, I'm going to say when we won the Champions League, just for me personally, because after going 7 years without a trophy, when we beat Cardiff in the League Cup, to get that under our belts, that was special for me in the Champions League final. But obviously, everyone will have their own little individual moment. But yeah, winning the Champions League.
Anton?
One of our best moments is when he broke his glasses. Watford game, when, Norwich game when he broke his when he jumped on and he was like, hugging them, and he was like part of the team. He was he was playing, you know, and he couldn't help himself. And then the other one, that guy mentioned, the Everton one, that was brilliant as well. But I think the first time when I saw the interview, I think it was the first time I actually sat and watched an interview. You know what I mean? Normally I just watch snippets there or read about it. But it's the first time I sat down and watched him talk. I'm not a special one now.
I'm the normal one.
I'm a normal one. Yeah. I love that. I think for me that part, and then the Champions League, and then the Premier League. Yeah.
What about you, Stephen?
For me, it has to be May. It has to be May 7th, 2019. Because I'm going to tell you something about that day.
Go on, bro.
I remember I was studying in college one day, and it was a very hard working day, right? You know, one of them days we were working hard on the computer, you're typing in Word documents, writing about 5,000 words. You know, what I mean, very hard working day. And I came out. It was about 5 o'clock, and I remember getting the bus home at about 6 o'clock, and there was this feeling of, will there be a miracle tonight at Anfield, coming back from 3-0 down against Barcelona? And there was this, and on that bus, I played "You Never Walk Alone" for some reason on that phone, because I just thought, I thought I played, because I just thought we may not have an opportunity to make a miracle out of this again. This could happen. And then, whatever, you know, I watched the game and with my dad, and we scored the first one in just under 10 minutes, and I just went, it's on here, because I just felt there's something about tonight that's going to make it all match up. The crowd, the players trying to get up. We didn't have Mo Salah and Bobby Firmino, especially. And that's
never give up shot. Yeah, never give up shot.
Never give up shot. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that second half was just something I've never seen a second half like that in terms of coming back. I've never that was it for me. I think that was Barcelona game, and then going on to win the Champions League final.
Did anybody else go that game? Sorry, because I was at the game. Did anyone else go?
No, rub it in.
No, I thought. Sorry, I wasn't interrupting. I thought Fozzie was there because that was the best game. I thought you were rubbing in. Yeah, it was immense. I was actually sat in the Cop as well. It's the best atmosphere I've been to, because the Dortmund one was good. I went to that one, but yeah. Did Laser go though, Foz?
No, none of us went.
Yeah. But no, to add on to what you said, it was amazing. Kind of surreal, to be honest. And obviously, the atmosphere was incredible throughout. But I think when Divock Origi scored, like, no one actually knew what had happened, because it came from the corner, didn't it? And it was like, is it being allowed? Because I thought he was going to blow and say, like, taking the corner again or something. But no, amazing times. So I'm with you on that one.
Did you notice something? Did you notice on the ball boy hand the ball to Trent? The ball boy did not give that ball to Trent in the first place. I don't think the fourth goal would have happened.
Yeah.
So I think that ball boy has got a contract with Liverpool.
He's a striker. He's a striker, isn't he? He's scoring goals in the youth.
He's got a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
He's definitely some sort of cult hero at the moment. Yeah, but that Barcelona game was that for me, and you know that has to be the best thing on the club, because it shows that Klopp gets these players motivated for games like that. And you know what? If it ever came back to another miracle like that, I think he'd do it again, because it shows what he can do in the dressing room.
No, it shows what he can do. You have to admit, you know, I have to change what I said about the best time. I think that one, what you guys just mentioned, I can't believe
Barcelona.
I forgot about that. But when you mentioned the dates, it's all coming back to me like the flashback with the Watford business.
Anton, Barcelona haven't recovered since, bro. They haven't recovered since.
Yeah, Roma did them in psychologically. We put the nail in the coffin, didn't we?
Absolutely. Honestly, we've killed them, man. They've killed them.
Yeah.
And Bayern Munich as well have done them. Sorry, Bayern Munich have done them a couple of times.
I think by that time they were done. By that time they were already doing.
Yeah, the 8-2 and then the 3-0 they've had as well.
I remember that night vividly because I was complete shock. The goal went in. I was like, and like you said, I was like, is that going to be a goal? And they're looking back, and it's a goal. Listen, I run out of the house. You know where I live, Foz? I live like enclosed, isn't it? And I come out like, I'm looking at the window. So I went, shut the fuck up. I'm like, Liverpool. The guy goes, all right, mate, all right. I let the winner back into his house.
It only happens to Liverpool, bro. My favorite moment is winning the Premier League. Anton knows how long we've been waiting for that. We actually seen the last time we won the first division with Kenny. You know what I mean, that was our team, the team of the 80s. That's what, you know what I mean, with John Barnes on the wing. You know what I mean, that was our team. But yeah, listen. There's a lot of great moments with Jurgen Klopp. I hope there's many more. These owners have to find a way to keep him, guys. You know what I mean? Because if we want to compete with these rich owners and these other clubs, he has to say some way somehow, because we can't beat these teams without this guy. I mean, and we're gonna fall apart like we used to in the past. You know, promote. You know, everybody wants Steven Gerrard, but you know sometimes the heroes doesn't work. Anton knows about Graham Souness. Graham Souness is probably the greatest midfielder we ever had when we was like growing up. But yeah, it doesn't always work. But this guy can motivate any player. It doesn't matter how good, bad, whatever you are. He can motivate you and get you to the promised land.
He's turned some players, normal players, into stars, man.
No, definitely.
A lot of people can do that. So it's a player management. So that's going to be hard to replace.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, but anyway, guys, thank you for coming on. Listen, Dan, do you want to say anything like where people can find you? Obviously, you're with us now, so you could tell them that, whatever you want to do.
I need to get with all this social media stuff, don't I? Obviously, Instagram, Daniel Mark 94, Daniel_Mark 94, I think. And I'll be around, guys. If any of you ever want to, obviously our viewers want to chat to me or message me, I always get back to people and we'll have a chat about all things Liverpool.
Yes, sir.
Happy days, guys.
Thank you very much. Stephen, you, bro?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram. I'm SSOMERVILE322 on Instagram, and you can also find me on YouTube, Stephen Silver Irish Rugby, where I cover all things to do with Irish Rugby content, and that's where you can find me there. Trying to get over to 400 subscribers over there, so it could really help me out. Please like and subscribe to my channel. So
subscribe, people. Thank you, Stephen. Anton, of course you're part of this channel. Now
I got Instagram. That's it.
Yeah.
I only discovered the wheel the other day, guys. So please bear with me. You know, in my village we don't have these kind of things. I'm the only one with the internet. You know what I'm saying? So please bear with me. Anton01 on Instagram.
No worries, bro. Everybody, like I said, like Anton's part of this channel. He's been here from like day one would be when I was doing these chat shows as well. So like, obviously the channel has changed. It's officially, you know, with the group we've got me, Laser, Maria, Dan, Anton. You know, the list goes on. We've got a few people on here now, and we're gonna try and make it as big as possible. Our first official game, we're gonna go to with this channel. It's gonna be the Brighton game. So please tune in. Just me as Anfield. Really, we're gonna be there, so please go down there. We're gonna be going down there, and we're gonna. Sorry, you wanna say something, Stephen?
No, it's okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna be going down there, and we're gonna be like promoting this channel as much as we can, and get it to the as far as subscribers as possible as well. Thank you to everyone that tuned in today. Thank you for obviously I haven't read all the comments. I appreciate for all the comments. I appreciate for everybody that's come on here tonight. Join me. I'm gonna be doing the live watch along of the game 12:30 on Saturday, so please join me with that one. As always, I'm going to be there. And thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you, Laser. Thanks, Anton. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Stephen.
Dan and Steve.
No, love it as always, guys.
Nice to meet you.
Cheers.
To meet
you,
man.
Definitely. Follow me on Instagram, guys, as well. You two need to follow me, Daniel Mark 94.
Everybody, follow them.